Hello friends, I am Arpit and I am here with today's analysis. Today is 9th of November and we are going to deal with three very important topics which are in news. The first topic is deep fakes. Most of us might be aware that why we are covering this topic. Because a noted Indian actress, Mrs. Rashmika Mandhana, her video has been doing rounds on the internet, social media. It is her face, voice is also there, but actually she is not there. There is someone else in the video, and that someone else is a British Indian national. It has been superimposed, her face, her voice has been superimposed in the video, and that is why the viewers, when they are seeing this video, they are believing that Rashmika Mandhana is Rashmika Mandhana. So that kind of video which can deceive you in such way are called as deep fakes. We'll see, what are the details of deep fakes. Plus, we will also see how to identify whether a video is a deep fake or not. Certain points have been listed down, and by those points we can identify that whether a video is a deep fake or not. The second topic is Central Information Commissioner. Now, India has got a new Central Information Commissioner. His name is Hiralal Samaria. He happens to belong to the Dalit community and the first ever Dalit person to head this Central Information Commission. Central Information Commissioner is heading the Central Information Commission, which is a statutory body. Statutory body formed through the Right to Information Act 2005. And that is why we are covering this along with this, because this is also known, should be known to you. And we'll also try to link this topic with the current ongoing case in the Supreme Court with respect to electoral fundings via electoral bonds. So, we'll get this complete picture of this topic. So, let us start with the first topic. Now, imagine a situation where you see my video one day, and in my video you see me talking that everything which I've taught till now, these daily sessions and all, they are actually false. All the information given by me is wrong. My voice, my face is there. There may be chances that you believe that. But that would be false. And actually that is false. I'm not giving you wrong information. But yes, that video can be doctored. My face can be superimposed. My voice can be taken by the scammers and then create a video. How they can be taken? They can be superimposed in a video by using the AI technology, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning. And they create that false narrative or that false video. These are called as deep fakes. Why deep? Because they are hard to identify. When you see them, you believe them to be true. These deep fakes can be dangerous as well. How they can be dangerous? They can be dangerous in such a way that, for let's suppose elections are there, and during election time, politicians are coming up with these videos, and the message in those videos can, infuse or introduce violence in the society, can instigate the masses. It will disturb the social fabric of the country. That is why it is dangerous. Some known person can send you a video message that I am in distress, I have been kidnapped, something like this has happened to me and I need money. This is the number, you can send the money on that. By seeing that video, you'll try to believe it, that it is true, and you transfer the money. You can be financially scammed as well. So these are, I would say, the drastic or devastating usage of this deepfakes, and here AI has gone wrong. So let us look into the details of this. Now, an Indian actress Rashmika Mandhana was deepfaked when her video was circulating on the internet. The actual video was of a female identified to be a British Indian. The video was shot while she was entering an elevator. She is the actress. She has been deepfaked. Her face was taken, her voice was taken because it is available on the internet, and the face was superimposed on that girl. The voice was imposed, lip syncing was done, all by usage of AI and ML. AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning. Now, what are deepfakes? They are compilation of artificial images and audio put together with machine learning algorithms to spread misinformation and replace a real person's appearance, voice, or both with similar artificial likeness or voices. So this is how we can, I would say, roughly define what deepfakes are. Now, it can create people who do not exist, and it can fake real people saying and doing things they did not say or do. So in this case, Rashmika Mandana's case, a real person has been faked, saying and doing what actually was not said and done by Rashmika Mandana. So this is what it is. The term deepfake originated in the year 2017 when an anonymous Reddit user called himself a deepfake. Now, these can also be used to create pornography or porn movies, porn clips. Face can be superimposed, voice can be superimposed, and those can be circulated. And then you can be blackmailed by, I need the money if you want me to stop circulating this. So it is like this. This user did the same, manipulated Google's open source deep learning technology to create and post pornographic videos. Deepfake technology is now being used for nefarious purposes like scams and hoaxes, I told you, celebrity pornography, election manipulation. This is something which is dangerous. Social engineering, automated disinformation attacks, identity theft, and financial fraud. Cybersecurity company Norton has said this in a blog. That these are the probable usages or applications of deepfakes. And I don't think so any of these applications is going to benefit the society by any ways. So this is something which needs to be understood about this. Now here there is a QR code which you can see on the screen. This will also be available in the notes. What you can do is you can scan this QR code to know more details about deepfakes. This is going to take you to the page of Brute India. Brute is a noted, I would say, media house which is publishing very good content and beneficial for UPSC candidates also. So I follow them on Instagram. So from there only I've taken this QR code. This QR code directly will take you to the reel with respect to deepfakes. Now, how to identify deepfakes? This is one thing, because UPSC is very smart. It can ask you the following questions: that frequently deepfakes as a term is in news. What can be the probable ways of identifying whether a video is a deepfake or not? Then it can give you multiple options. So that can be approached through common sense also, but yes, there are some out of the box, ways in which you can identify, and you should know that as well. So unnatural eye movements, if it is there, so you can identify that this video can be a possibility that this is not true. Mismatches in color and lighting conditions. Compare and contrast audio quality. Means if the audio quality is at this pitch and suddenly it drops to this pitch, then you can identify something is fishy, something is wrong. Unnatural body shape and movements. This can also be, one of the causes to, or one of the ways to identify. Then artificial facial movements. Those are not natural movements, but you'll be able to identify that the facial movements are not natural. Unnatural position of a facial feature. Like let's suppose the nose is a bit tilted, or eye is above, this is low. So this can be there. Awkward posture or physique of that person. And last is very important. You take a screenshot of that video in which you are suspicious, and you run an image search to know the actual source. Because if you go on Google these days, you can post an image and the Google will give you information about the objects in that image. So Google can give you the information about that image, that from where it is, where it was shot, and all. So all these things can be done to identify whether a video is a fake video or not. And here also you can find a link. You'll be getting that link. This link will be taking you to the page of Indian Express, where the anchor is telling these ways, explaining these ways to identify, fake videos, or I would say deep fakes. But it is a big concern. Elections are coming next year, general elections. I just hope and pray that this technology is not used, because this is sheer misuse of this AI and ML technology. So that is the thing we need to understand. Now, Hiralal Samaria, the Central Information Commissioner of India, presently the Central Information Commissioner heading the Central Information Commission. Apart from him, there are not more than 10 information commissioners also. The Central Information Commission acts like, a district court only, and I would say it is like a court, and it can issue you orders. It can order you to be present. It can order you to submit affidavits. It is like this. And most importantly, CIC was formed with the responsibility of successfully implementing the Right to Information Act. According to the Act only, it was established. So we call Central Information Commission a statutory body. Mr. Hiralal Samaria became the first Dalit to head this particular organization, which is, I would say, a big achievement for the entire community, because he can act like a source of inspiration to many others of his community. So let us get started with this. So Mr. Hiralal Samaria was appointed as Chief Information Commissioner. He will be heading the Chief Information Commission, the nodal body for implementing the Right to Information Act 2005. And you can see the President administering him oath. So the President has appointed Mr. Hiralal Samaria as the Central Information Commission. Now, composition of CIC and appointment. CIC consists of Chief Information Commissioner. So Mr. Hiralal Samaria is here. Not more than 10 information commissioners, ICs are there. Appointment of these people, CIC and ICs, they are appointed by the President on the recommendation of a committee consisting of Prime Minister as chairman, Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha, and a Union Cabinet Minister nominated by the Prime Minister. Now, the Leader of Opposition, Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, has been complaining that my inputs were not diligently taken by this committee. He had been requesting for rescheduling of the meetings, but the meetings were not rescheduled. They happened as per time, which did not, I would say, include, or I would say his inputs were not diligently taken. This is what was there on the front page, I think, yesterday's newspaper, like this. Now, CIC is not eligible for reappointment. This is something which you need to understand and know, because UPSC can ask fact-based questions over here. Tenure. RTI Amendment Act in 2019 actually reduced the tenure from 5 years earlier to 3 years now. So, tenure of the commissioners has been cut to 3 years. Earlier, it was 5 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. So, Mr. Hiralal Samaria now, 2023, will be the Chief Information Commissioner till 2026. If everything goes well, if everything goes smooth. Now, functions of CIC, Chief Information Commission. All the powers which are vested in a civil court while trying a suit under the Code of Civil Procedure, they are vested in CIC. Like summoning and enforcing the attendance of persons, requiring the discovery and inspection of documents, receiving evidence on affidavit, requisitioning any public record or copies thereof from any court or office, issuing summons for examination of witness or documents. All these are powers of the civil court, and these are given to CIC also. CIC also is responsible for implementing the Right to Information Act. Right to Information Act gives us the right to have access to information from the public authorities. What kind of information? The information of their operations, their functionings, their expenditure, everything. Now, if I file an RTI to get an information from, let's suppose, X department, the X department has refused to give me the information, I can approach CIC. Sir, I have been refused. If department X does not respond to my RTI, then also I can approach the CIC. Sir, no response from there. I wanted the information, then CIC will call upon that persons from department X, you were eligible to give information, you were obligated for this, you should give and you should respond to this RTI, then information will be given to me. That is what CIC has been doing. The case may be receive and inquire into a complaint from any person who has been refused access to any information requested, who has not been given a response to access to information within the time limit specified. So this is there about the CIC. Now the genesis of RTI can be understood from a case in the Supreme Court, Mr. Kulwal versus Jaipur Municipal Corporation. In this case, the Supreme Court interpreted right to information under Article 19 of the Constitution, Article 19, which happens to be a fundamental right. The Supreme Court's interpretation was that Article 19 gives us freedom of speech and expression. How can you freely express and how can you freely speak if you do not have the information? So, in order to express freely and speak freely, you need to have proper information, and that is why right to information is also an interpreted right under Article 19. That is freedom of speech and expression. So, let us look into this, the RTI Act. The genesis of RTI law started in 1986 through this Act, Mr. Kulwal versus Jaipur Municipal Corporation, in which the Supreme Court interpreted right to information as part of Article 19. Why did we adopt a separate act? It was interpreted in Article 19. But why did we adopt a separate act for this? Actually, there were a lot of corruptions and scandals happening. International pressure and activism. A lot of people in India were putting pressure on the government to bring this act. Noted personalities like Arvind Kejriwal and all were also part of this movement. Apart from it, modernization and the information society was also being created. So people were becoming more and more aware. They wanted the information. They wanted to make the government more accountable. And obviously, they wanted to usher in transparency. Because if we have access to the information, means transparency is increasing. If we have access to the government's, information, then accountability is also increasing of the government, because government will have to be answerable what we are doing to the people, because it is the people who have chosen them. So this is basically there. Now about this act, right to information means the right to information accessible under this act, which is held by or under the control of any public authority. Now who is public authority? We'll also see this. It includes the right to inspection of work, documents, records, taking notes, extracts or certified copies of documents or records, taking certified samples of material. This has to be done. Then obtaining information in the form of diskettes, floppies, tapes, video cassettes or in any other electronic mode, or even through printouts where such information is stored in a computer or in any other device. Now next is very, very important. Section 4 of the RTI Act requires suo motu declaration. Means by yourself only you have to declare that these are the things which we are doing, these are the things which we have done. So you visit now any government website, you will see the progress on every, scheme or initiatives taken by the government. Like for example, you visit Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. This is a scheme by the government. We should have access, and government means that is a public authority, or an organization which is obligated under the RTI Act to give information to the people. So you visit the website of these programs, schemes. There are separate websites of these programs and schemes also nowadays. Else they will be hosted on the website of the designated ministry. From there you can get access to all the information, how many beneficiaries, how much spending has been done, what is being done in this, what is not being done. So suo motu declaration actually will reduce the burden on these government departments which are obligated under the RTI Act. And apart from that suo motu declaration, any other information is needed by the people, then you can file an RTI. But suo motu declaration was also mandated by Section 4 of the RTI Act. And this suo motu declaration has reduced the burden on the government departments which are obligated under RTI Act. Objectives of the RTI Act: to empower the citizens. Since we will have access to information, we will be empowered. We should be knowing that where the taxpayers' money is going, how it is being invested, how it is being spent, what the government is doing. If Netaji comes and delivers a bhashan, so in that speech, that Netaji might be talking about various facts and figures, but the website of that ministry talks something else. So we can tell Netaji ki wahan par to aisa hai, there is this, and you are talking like this. So it will empower us. To promote transparency and accountability. So the same example which I gave you, in which you can come to know about the truth about Netaji and the government. I've come to know about the truth because this has increased transparency, and after knowing that truth, I can make or I can hold the government accountable as well. So this is there. To contain corruption. Obviously corruption can be contained, and to enhance people's participation in democratic processes. This can also be one of the objectives of RTI. Obviously, people have become part of governance because people are seeking more and more information what the government is doing, how it is doing. It is like this. So this is there. Now, what does public authority mean? We should also understand this. It means an authority or a body or institution of self-government established or constituted by or under our constitution, means a constitutional body, by any other law made by the parliament or state legislature also, that is also a public authority, by notification issued or order made by the appropriate government, and includes any body owned, controlled or substantially financed by the government, any NGO, non-government organization substantially financed directly or indirectly by funds provided by the appropriate government. So UPSC can ask these kind of questions, that which of the following bodies are under the ambit of RTI or are obligated by the RTI, and if NGO is given as an option, substantially funded NGO by the government, that is going to be true. It is not governmental organization, but yes, since it is substantially funded by the government, so it is going to be part of this. Political parties are not part of public authority, which are obligated by RTI to give information. And that is why they are not willing to give information that from where the funding is coming to us. Not even in that mode they are wanting to declare. That mode means through the electoral bonds. That is a transparent mode of funding, I would say. From that mode also they are not willing to declare, because political parties do not fall under the ambit of the RTI Act. So it is like this. So we need to connect things. So here we have connected RTI with electoral bonds and all. So in a holistic manner, we should understand things. So this is it from today. I will be meeting you tomorrow now with some other news pieces. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, and most importantly, keep revising. Namaste, Jai Hind.